family history has never been more popular, thanks mainly to TV shows and a vast number of websites offering genealogical information. Even so, it can be quite confusing finding the best websites, so arm yourself with a copy of Researching Your Family History Online for Dummies, which will show you the best sites to use, all the resources you need to look at, and other organisational material. You don't have to work from home to access the internet. You can go to a library, archive, or a research centre such as this, where you'll often find access to databases and websites which will get you started in your genealogical research. Most people begin by looking at civil registration, because they're the building blocks of family history. For England and Wales, this goes back to 1837, and the book will explain what you can and can't do online. The best place to start is a website called FreeBMD, because it contains transcriptions of all of the indexes to births, marriages and deaths in England and Wales from 1837 up to about the 1920s. And I'm going to do a quick search and show you how it works. When you first log in, you have an option of looking for a birth, marriage or death. And once you've processed the data and had a look, you'll be presented with a range of options. Now, they don't actually show you the images of the certificates that you need to find. The book explains what you need to do at this point, which is to jump from the search engine to the civil registration ordering website, the General Registrar's Office. And that's where you pay your money, and within 4 days you get sent a certificate, which contains all the genealogical data you need. So this online search actually takes you back to a paper record. There are a range of other websites that allow you to do this search. Ancestry is very popular. It contains not just civil registration, but also census records. These records were created every 10 years and give you the names of everybody who lived in a household. They range from 1841 to 1901 on the Ancestry website, and you can not only search for a person, but also obtain an image of the document, which you can print out for your records. And this one here is for a character called George Griffin, who it turns out in 1871 was living in a travelling van parked in a car park. Well, it would have been a coach park back in those days. So a really vivid insight into what life was like. Other websites where you have to pay a fee to look for these sort of records include Find My Past, birth, marriages and deaths, census records, but also wider information about your ancestors' social history, migration, military, and indeed facilities so you can build your family tree online. And also a link to the most modern set of census records that have been made available, the 1911 census, released only a few months ago. Once again, you can search and find a list of people who may well match the person you're looking for. Again, the book explains in great detail how you can move from your search to this particular page, and also what you need to do next, because you need to buy credits to view these images. But it's well worth doing, because you get a colour image and also great information about what the person was up to and who else they were living with on the night of the 1911 census. Once you've used these main resources through a range of commercial websites, you can also then start to take your research further back in time using ecclesiastical records such as parish registers. One of the best research resources is Family Search, because they contain information linked to what is known as the International Genealogical Index. Again, the book explains what the source is, how it was compiled, and also how you can search online by person's name, and also a range of other resources available to help link your records together. So this is a very useful free research resource which takes you back into the 18th century with a bit of luck. And finally, if you're looking at what I would call the top 6 or so websites, you need to consider national records, not just of personal information, but the sort of records people would have left behind themselves. The National Archives have produced a resource called Documents Online, which contains the sort of occupations people might have done in relation to the state, military service, Army, Navy or Air Force, but also the records they left behind when they died, including wills and death duties, which often give you a great insight into possessions, wealth, and indeed a place of residence or business. The book will take you through all of these steps. It will show you the resources that you need, whether you have to pay for the website or not, and indeed how you can curate and manage your records online to create a fantastic resource to pass on to the next generation.